Okay, so good morning and good evening, everybody, and welcome back in today's class. Okay, so till or the 2 days in the 2 days we were discussing about the CMDB, right? We saw that what is CI, what is asset, how asset has been created, and today we are going to be see few more things about the CI, and then we go for the asset. Now let's take example here. Okay, when in a family a child take a birth, people start calling or start building the relationship with that particular child. It's natural. I become auntie, I become masi, I become bua, I become nani, I become dadi. Kind of relationships everybody start creating it. When someone come to meet that child, we start telling, see, your auntie is there. See, your uncle is there. See, your mama is there. Mama, masi, bua, and all the relationships we're building there. In the same pattern, we have a CI relationship as well. What we say in our definition, these are the components which support to provide the IT service, to provide a service. Okay. Now, if I say for this training, I'm the only one who is supporting to complete this training, the answer is no. I am be supported by my family, by my wife, by my kid, by my parents. Khushbu is attending this training because she is getting supported by her husband. MJ is attending the training because she is supported by her boss. Maybe father, maybe mother, maybe husband, maybe child. Now, if this is the case, it means a CI also has some bindings with the other CIs as well. And this concept is called the CI relationship. How to build a relationship, we are going to be see. I'm not going to manage. My plan depend on Khushbu's decision. I'm going on trip because MJ is going on the trip or running the trip. Okay, so now if you see in the last two sentences, the wordings has been changed. I introduce a new words. I am depend on my wife. This show is run by X person. This is the parent of this particular child. When in the parents meeting we go, okay, Mr. X, then Mr. X parents also come. Parents like this. So in CMDB, we have a lot of relationships. It depends on the user requirement that how or what relationship you have to be built up. Means when I say what means the type of relationship has been built up. When anybody, when I take a same example again, when the child take birth, how you start building the relationship? Because there are the predefined patterns, there are the predefined relationships are there. You just put the blood relation and say this is the relation for this particular person. For this particular person, this is the relationship. For this particular person, this is the relationship. So don't think that Atul can what or which kind of relationship we have to put. No, you have to understand the CI model. I can say that is this CI depend? Is this CI is a parent? Is this CI is a run? And many more. How we can create the relationship? Let me show you here. So yesterday we created a computers. This one. CI, right? Yesterday we created a computer CI. This one. Now let's build a relationship. Okay, one more thing. Let me show you here. Okay, I'm opening a server class as well. And we'll search for. Okay, it's not there. Good. Sorry, let me come here. Database server. CMDB, no problem, leave it. Okay, now I want to create a relationship for this particular CI. Don't think it is a computer. No, it is a CI for me now. Computer is a class of this particular CI. But in the ServiceNow term, in the technical term, this is the CI for me. Give me a minute, guys. Sit like this today. Good. Okay. So for us, it is a CI. It is not a computer. Now, if I scroll down, I can see the relationship. Where is the relationship? This one is the relationship tab. Related items. Now, relationship can be two types. Upstream and the downstream. Means where this is a parent and where this is a child. How to create a relationship? Let's click on the plus icon and see the smartness of ServiceNow here. ServiceNow giving me relationship like this format. These are the suggested relationship. It says Atul Grover, these are the relationship can be possible on the CI class you are selecting at point of time. I said okay. So now you can see depends on, initiates on, member of, power by, used by, virtualized by. And if you click on this, the relationships or the filter condition is getting changed here. So let's say I want to put the depends on, where this is going to be, this means my CI is going to be a parent. Okay, so it brings that if you want to make a parent, then these are the classes can be a child. So let me say my laptop is a parent and these are the depends on. Okay, I selected again. Atul, how to select? Now you cannot make a relationship with a stranger of your newborn baby. You make a relationship only with the known people, right? So in the same manner, I have these many CIs available, right? And we are saying which I want to be select, I can pick up like this. And now I click on the plus. Now you can see this become the parent and this become the child. Why? Because the relationship which I pick up is called depends on. That how many other CIs which depending on this particular CI. Now let's say child, member of child. And I select these 2 or 3. Again, I'm taking the same words. CMDB is more on the consulting than the development. And now if you see here, these become the parent and my CI become the child. Why? Because I select the relationship member of, used by. Means who is using this particular CI. So now if I scroll down, you can see here, used by. This is the parent, this is the child. And this is what I was talking, the relationship type. You become auntie, you become uncle, you become grandfather, you become grandmother, you become masi, you become nani, you become bau, anything. These are the relationship. But the question comes, why we need this relationship? I'll give you a classic example here. Let's say Khushbu, or not Khushbu, both example of Khushbu. Let's say EB. Okay. EB has its own house. Okay. EB father came to EB house. Okay. EB is staying with her husband and 2 kids. The younger one is studying in year 8 and the elder one studying in year 11. Okay. Now EB's father came to EB's house and say, hey EB, your house is very old. Why don't you renovate it? Nice idea. Let's renovate it. EB says, yes, even I am thinking to renovate the house, but if I do the renovation now, and this is the time of the month between March and April somewhere. Okay. EB says, Dad, your idea is very good and I appreciate, because even I am thinking to be renovate the house. But the problem is that I cannot renovate the house now. He says, why? Number 1, I am working in the banking sector and April and March are the critical months for us where we have to making the accounts closer. So I am working more than 15 to 17 hours in a day or 16 hours in a day. It means I cannot give a time for the renovation. Number 1 point. Okay. You can ask your husband. He also cannot support because he is traveling to the client side for the 1 month. Okay. You can ask your kids. I cannot ask my kids. This is the time when their class tests, or I can say the term exams, are going on. If I start the renovation part, their studies get also impacted. Now, did you notice one thing in this complete structure, in this complete example? One work need to be done, but how that work is going to be impact everybody came into the picture. And how? Because EB has a relationship with the different people. EB is a daughter, EB is a mother, EB is wife as well. Right? So this is the reason that we have a relationship available, that if I want to deploy a change, ITL says change is the another topic which you have to be read. ITL says why we need the state relationship. If I want to deploy a change on a server, I want to be know how this change is going to be impact every other person, every other place, every other CI, and how you come to know by the relationship. If someone, a new baby coming in your family, you are increasing the relationship. And unfortunately, if someone dismissed in your family, you are minusing or reducing the relationship. You are seeing the effect. Oh my God, he lost his father, my God, it's a huge loss, right? So how you understanding? You are understanding by the relationship only. So now we are here and let's say save and exit. But the question comes, Atul, we are consultant. How this English is not looking good to us? No problem. But if I convert this relationship in the pictorial part, then everybody can understand. Okay, now if I scroll down, you can see here. If you want to see the different way, you can put it here like this. You can do the settings. How many levels you want to show? Split or merge like this. Downstream, upstream. Okay, maximum level you want to see 5. Relationship type, all relationship I want to be C. Flat or tree like this or like this. Atul still not good to us. Let's click on this icon. And this is what is good picture. This is EB. And or his father is coming and saying EB, or let's say this is EB's house. It's a CI, it's a building, it's CI for me as well. And EB's father say, EB, let's renovate this part. EB says, if I have to renovate this part, it is going to be impact these many systems, father. These many systems. I'm not in a position in the at least for the next 2 months to start any renovation part. I will do when the kids' school will be off after July. Right? Now, multiple ways to see this relationship. Vertical, horizontal, radical, force, group. Any way you want to see, you can see. Expand it. You have to some options as well, map settings, that how you want to be loaded, maximum 4, 5, like this. Right. So if I have few more relationship, it will show me here as well. Now, did anybody notice here? Let me show you. I'm sure nobody noticed. Let me put a service here. There's no service offering, no problem. Like this. See, if you see on the incident form, guys, we're getting an incident on this particular server again and again. Let's take example. Akanksha is at home. In a single day, Akanksha noticed that the refrigerator is getting auto switched off or auto off. She is getting worried now. And she is noticing if my refrigerator will go down, not work, then how it is going to be impact my day-to-day work. I have to buy a new refrigerator, number 1, immediately, or I have to be called to the mechanic, or it will impact my business. Maybe she's doing a business of the baking and refrigerator is required for the baking purpose because putting the creams and cakes, everything is required. How she will able to know this thing? Only via this relationship. Now, if you open this is a service relationship that if you are making any incident, if any incident occurred on this part, then if it is not working, then definitely downstairs also not working. This is the impact. This is the place, this is the way where the change manager see that how my change is going to be impact in the production system. And this is what we call as a CI relationship here. Clear everybody till this point. Any doubt? Anybody? Ugo, MJ, Saba, Priya. Any doubt? Guys, tell me any doubt. Anna,
No.
Kumar. Okay. EB.
I just joined now.
Okay. EB, Ima, Khushbu, Akanksha. Because these are the things which you should know, that how to build the relationship, where to check the relationship. What is the purpose of creating the relationship? Now, as per the CMDB, okay, I'll let me close this part, then we'll go for the assets part. This is a concept called, and this was the interview question asked to me. In the CMDB world, we follow the 3C principle. And this question has been asked to me, that do you know there is a principle called the 3C in CMDB world? What are the 3C principle? And it says correctness, and compliance. These are the 3C principle. I'm sure, Priya, if you watch my previous video, you find out this as well. And how and where I can see, go to the CMDB reports. CMDB dashboard, wait. This one. What is the meaning of the completeness? This one. Completeness, compliance, and correctness. One, completeness, compliance, and correctness. What is the completeness means here? The data which you are putting in service now in a CI record, that record should have a minimum beer value so that you can say, yes, I can go ahead with the CI record. Again, the same example. I want to get admitted my son in a school. School principal or the staff give me a form and say, oh, sir, please fill this. I said, okay. I did not fill the name. I fill the surname, age, gender, email ID, phone number. Is this form is complete? What do you think? Is this form is complete? Yes or no? Anybody? Definitely this form is not complete. Why? Because the name is missing here. Without name, how a teacher will call my son? That is come in the completeness part. So whenever you are creating any CI, you have to make sure that minimum data which is required to identify the CI, that is called the completeness. It is well if you put every field accurately, every data accurately. But still, if you're not able to do, at least fill the bare minimum fields which is required to identify that particular record. Let's say example, I'm talking to a lady. Okay. No, let's say example, I'm talking to a gentleman. He is 25-year-old. He is a doctorate, working in a government research center. Handsome, married man, 2 kids, earning this much rupees, and this is the address. Atul, all fine. But what is his name? Until unless I will not give you the name, this record is incomplete. To whom Atul, which person Atul is giving example? So it means if I say, guys, there's one of my friend, his name is Mr. Jojo. His doctorate, he's 25-year-old. He's married man having 2 kids, and this is his address. Now you can say, yes, Atul, it is a complete information. Second part, say the correctness. This one. Is the information you provided for that particular record, is it correct or not? This case, this is things what happen. You want to enter into a bar, and to that what I can say, the guards who will be outside, what we call them, bouncers. Okay. What is your age? You said 19 years. Okay. Information is complete. 19 years. Going with a couple is allowed. Information is complete. Show me your ID card. In the ID card, the age was 16. It means the information you provided is complete, but not correct. This is another point. Like we say in our IT industry, there's a very big word used. As discussed with you. After that, which is mentioned, is complete. But as discussed is correct or not, I am doubtful. Boss, we don't have any discussion. Still, you're mentioning that as discussed. Just guys. Okay. Still, you mentioned that as discussed. So that is the second parameter in our CI. The information you provided is correct or not. Is this CI is a server type, computer type, Linux type, or if I say, okay, information you provided is a computer class, that's fine. Is this particular CI has 8 GB RAM, Windows, 2 fans, 1 Intel processor, 1 core processor, 1 X, 1 Y, 1 Z. That is called the correctness. And the last, compliance. Very important point. Compliance says the information you provided should be correct, should be complete, and met with my standards. That is called the compliance. Every company, if you notice, maybe you go to some bakery shop, you're buying some product, and if you see the wrapper, in India, it is called the FSAI, Food Society or something is there, who market, okay, this product you build or you bake is as per our standards. If you go and buy some electronic items, worldwide famous ISO certified. My company is ISO 9001 27001 certified. My company is certified on the ISO 14000. My company is B compliant on the ITL. My company is compliant on the COBIT. My company is compliant on the PMP standards. What is that? There's a big body, the standard body is there, who says, guys, if you want to get certified, like in our batch, EB is CSA certified, even not myself. Okay, I'm not certified, so don't think that I'm certified. No, I'm not a certified guy. Okay, why she's certified? Because she's able to met a condition which is set by ServiceNow. That if any person who completed my training will get a voucher, appear for an interview, and sorry, appear for exam. If exam clear, then he or she become the certified guy, and I can take them in my compliance area. There is a certification available in market for the certified trainer as well. Approximately 3 or 4 years back, when I was just thinking to be go into this domain, people asked me, why don't you become the ServiceNow certified trainer? I said, no, boss, that's not the case. Now the question comes, Atul, why you're telling these things to us? What is the purpose here? It's also important to be understand, right? The purpose is that, my dear friends, after 6 months, after 1 year, when you have a lot of CI in your system, you have to make sure that all things are compliant, complete, and correct. On the major festivals, specifically in India, if I speak Diwali, and if I speak from the other regions, it's a Christmas. Maybe for my friends who are from the other community, maybe Eid as well, one of the, or when the roses gets over, Eid is also one of the biggest festival. When they make sure the house should be clean, because you are expecting the guests at your house. The things which you have put in the house should be correct, should not be looking the old fashioned, latest one. That is called the correctness. And compliance, basically I can say it should match with the standard. Oh my God, you're so rich, you put in this thing as well. That is a compliance. So every 6 months, 1 year, being a CMDB consultant, we have to do the audits as well, where these 3 parameters has been find out. How much data is correct in my service now? How much data is complete in my service now? How much data is meeting with my compliance as well? A very interesting topic, guys, I'm telling you. A very interesting topic. People build their career in the CMDB actually. Okay, so these 3 principles, everybody should know about this. Okay. Clear, everybody, let me come here now. Any doubt, any question? Don't worry, only was today day left now for your rest. From tomorrow, the exercise is going to be start. Yes, guys, tell me. Any doubt, any question? Ugo, MJ, Saba, Priya, Kumar, Amiko, Anna, Akanksha, Ima, Khushbu, and Ibi. Okay. I think I need to be remove this reacts option from here. Earlier people speak, now people are using so smart, they're using this emojis as well. No problem. So with this, we have done our CMDB ka CI part. Okay, let me, I'll try to be see something, but what I can do. Now, another important point. Okay, let me stop sharing for a minute, guys. Let me check some old presentation if I have. Page 8. I got something good. This is what I was looking for. Yes. Good. Let me share my screen and then we'll discuss it. Okay. Sometimes you have a benefit. I have one deck with me which has more than 200 slides now. Some duplicate, some repetition, something else, something wipe. Okay, now let's come to the CMDB to asset part. So yesterday we discussed that when I create computer, asset get created. Okay. Now I have a question as well. I'm sure yesterday to whom I say take a note of the question answer. I guess Kumar, right? Kumar, did you put the question?
Akanksha.
Sir, me, sir.
Yes, did you put the question in the group?
Sorry, sir, I forgot, but I will put right now.
Please put. So I have a question which I put yesterday, is that how many or what are the CI classes where asset get created automatically? What is the answer for this? Tell me, guys. What are the classes or table where CI, if you create a CI, asset get created automatically? Nobody read these points because unfortunately it was not posted in the chat window. So Atul, we are not responsible for this loss. No problem. Akanksha put it today, that's fine. And I want the answer for this particular things. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That how many or what table or the class given by ServiceNow where if you create a CI, asset will get created automatically. Now the second point, Akanksha takes today's question as well. Okay. As per the best practice, being a consultant, what you need to be create first, a CI or an asset? What you need to be create first, a CI or an asset? These are the questions which I want answer in the Friday test. And this time Friday test is going to be practical, guys. Okay. So now the question come, you have to find out the answers. Okay. Now the question come, Atul, yesterday we created a CI. Okay, let me open that CI now, computer. And the asset get created automatically. Let's understand how this asset get created. Let me open this. In the background, there is a business rule running actually. Okay, what business rule is running? Let me show you. Is business rule of the client script? Let me see. This is a topic which are going to be start from tomorrow when we start the scripting part. Okay, these are the new not new. These are the pure technical terms. Okay. And let's come here and search for a business rule called the sync. Okay. Let me search for the asset. Okay, and see asset number one is this part. Okay, 18s are there. Let me see. Asset location, contract asset. Okay, let me open this business rule. What it do? Even though before that there should be one sync is there, something called the sync. Yes, create asset on insert. Good. This is a business rule. Just understand what is a business rule. It's a logic. It's a code has been written here. It says that whenever I'm creating a CI, the asset should get created. This is the code for the same. Create asset on insert. And let me show you the advance here. I'm giving the answers which question I put it just now. Okay, so these are the answer here. It is a best practice that whenever you have to create a record, create a CI first, not the asset. Because I'm talking from the ServiceNow perspective. Because ServiceNow defined the standards, the industry best practice that for which class you want a asset should be created automatically. Okay, and this is the logic which run in the background. It says this is a property. This is a what I can say. Not function name. This is a method name, and this is the object or the class they are calling. And this saying is asset required for the current CI. If answer is yes, then create a new asset or CI here. As of now, let's understand this part only, that this is a business rule running in the background, because this is too much technical where I don't want to be go. Now that is the first point. Second point, if you check this part, check if asset or CI state already exists. This is the business rule which run. Now, if I go and reload this page, it doesn't mean it will get a new asset for me. So it check, is this CI or the asset already exists? If yes, it will not get. If no, then it will check the tables and do the needful for me. Okay. By showing you these things, something going in my mind for the Friday question answer, guys. Get ready. Okay. Async asset to CI. So now you can see. Okay, no. This is code something different. Good. This is the code we find out. Now let me come here. If I make a change something here, it gets changed into my asset as well. Everybody agree? And I don't want any kind of a reaction, guys. I want to be you guys to speak yes or no at least. Okay. So yesterday we saw that if I create a CI and update some fields in the CI, my asset also get updated. It is the logic of the three tables in ServiceNow. What are the three tables? Go here and search for the asset. These three tables. Asset and CI field mapping. Asset and CI install status mapping. Asset and CI hardware status mapping. Let me open this table. How the logic run actually. This is called the kind of a lookup tables, I can say. Okay. What they're saying, they're mapping asset and the CI field. Like yesterday we say, if I change the color of my car, it is automatically reflecting in the CI as well as in the asset as well. Because object is same, attributes are the same, but I'm using that object in a two different places with the two different names. At the one place, I am a son. At the one place, I'm a son-in-law. My identity is still same, but the objects has been presented in the two different manner. So from where the things come, this is the come. If you miss, if I make asset tag change in the asset table, it should be updated into the CI table in the asset tag field only and active. It means that these are the fields get updated when I make a change in one place, get changed in the second place. Like if I go here and let's say install date. Do we have install date here? We don't have an install date here. Okay, let me pick up some easy one here so that I can show you. This one. Due GL account. Let's say asset assigned to, which we already discussed. Assigned to yesterday we discussed. So let's come here. Let me assign this to Priya. Click here and save. Go to asset. It has been changed to Priya. Atul, that's good. You told us yesterday. Now let's understand the logic behind this. How it's work when you make a change in this place and click on the submit. This business rule run. This logic run, which go and check these things. Field mapping part. Even though this particular logic is for the state, not for the field mapping. Okay, so I need to be check what is another business rule here. Mapping. Let me open the business rule here because this is the what we have to be understand today. As I say, guys, it is not a magic. It is all about the configuration, nothing else. Let's search for the mapping word here. Have anything? Restrict duplicate mapping. Restrict duplicate CI field mapping. Or sync, is there something? Long time I did not see these things. Maybe I forget. Sync. Sync table, insert. No, I'm not able to. Oh my God, 140. I'm not able to find out then. Okay, but there's a business rule run in the background which pick up this particular table and see. Okay, user updating in the CI asset tag. What field is mapped? It's mapped to the asset tag in the asset table and make it true. It means the things we are updating here will be reflected here as well. This is what the purpose of this particular table called the asset and CI field mapping. If you want, you can add few more fields, but it depends, is that actually required for you or not? This is the first part of this particular discussion here. Any doubt, any question, guys? I want to go step by step. If we are updating asset CI, callsec comes into the picture of the CMDB. I say yes, callsec come, but it has been taken care by the business rules only. Okay. And here the calls, let's not bring the word callsec. Here the what we can say that how system recognize that I have to be update this field in this asset only via the sys IDs. It pick up the sys ID for this CI. It pick up the sys ID for this one, and in the background go and match. Is the sys ID same? Then update it. Because callsec is used when you're bringing the data in service now, not at these places. Okay. Now the second part of this is, go ahead, Kumar, any question?
No, got it cleared, Atulji.
Okay. Now the second part of this discussion. See here. Straight, let me bring some fields here. And this is the place where I did a lot of R&D in the beginning of the days. I remember, still I remember. Form layout. There are two things actually. There are two things in this particular form. Status. Okay. And substatus. And start status, substatus. Let's see anything on by the name of hardware status. Okay, let's go with this two only as of now. Let me bring this two on the top, because now we have to do the brainstorming here. Okay, there are two things you have to be checked. Okay, I have one more field called the status. Let me bring one more field here so that I can give you a little more clear picture. Update category support group supported by updated by updates. No, not this one, not this one. Let me bring this as well, supported by and group by. Hardware status, I'm looking for the prime status as well. It's a state or what? The CI status. Okay, leave it here. I'll pick up that part. Okay. Now let me show you something on the slide here. Okay. There are the two things, guys. And these two things are very much important and so much confusing. Okay. In a CI form, see now the example is that let's say I am talking about the computer here. Computer is what? Adul, computer is a hardware. Agree? Right? Agree, computer is a hardware. Now, if computer is a hardware and I'm creating a computer CI, now I have two things. I am tracking the CI status as well, and I am tracking the hardware status as well. Let's say example. I purchase a refrigerator in my house. It is a CI for me. It is an asset for me, and it is a hardware as well for me. Okay. My fridge is not working. It means the status. Yes, now I got the operational status, the field, right? So yes. Now I remember. Wait. This is what I want to be show you if I'm correct here again. Yes, this one. Good. Because I want to confuse a lot now. Okay. Now the actual game begin. So now if my fridge is not working, that is called the operational status. That is called the operational status. My fridge has breakdown. Door has been break. That is called the hardware status. Fridge door is not properly closing. It doesn't mean it is not giving me the chill products. Get confused now. Get confused. This is what actually practical things happen. Your car is a CI. Your car is a hardware. Akanksha, or maybe I can say Priya, why not driving the car? Atul, it is not working properly. It's giving me some issues. When you say about the issues, you're talking from the operational perspective. The heater is not working. But as a hardware, it is correct. It is working fine. But operational status is not working. Maybe one component of the hardware is not working. So what ServiceNow say, when you have to be track the operational status, think about CI this part. And I practically telling you guys, when I took the interviews on the CMDB part, I only asked the question around this form only, nothing else. What is status? What is operational status? What is hardware status? What is category? What is subcategory? So what service now say here? Let me come on this part. They says on a CI record, you will get two type of status. One is install status. One is called the hardware status. And these two are not interrelated. Very clearly, I'm telling you. Install status means I'm talking about this thing. Is my CI installed? Like I say, hey guys, I book a new BMW. Atul, congrats. Is it in my house? That is the operational status, guys. That is the operational status. Sorry, that is the install status. What about the operational? Yes, it is ready. That is called the operational status. Or maybe the hardware status they are saying, right? Hardware sub status, operational status, install. Let me bring one more field here. Don't worry, get confused. This is what I want you guys to do. In a hardware status. Now I got it. Okay. Hardware status, substatus, install status, and operational status. Good. Now the life becomes a little more tough. Okay. And this is called the hardware status. As I say, guys, I book a car. It is on order as of now. If I book a car, it means the car is not a working condition, at least in my home. Then the install status will become in stock, absent, or on order, but not the same. By think if your asset gets stolen, what is the status of the CI at your side? Atul, also it's stolen only. Right? Let me come back here. Don't worry. Questions, guys. Watch this video again today and maybe some previous video. Yes, Dipsy, MJ, Saba, Priya, Ugo. Any doubt, any question? Actually, it's already midnight for us and the topic you are giving is very boring. Anna, Omiko, Kumar, EB, Khushbu, Ima, and Akanksha. Who is missing? Gloria. Gloria is missing. It's a lot of information. Yes, EB, it is a lot of information. The information which I'm giving is only 5 or 7% of the CMDB. Still 90% information I'm not able to give you here. Let's come here and let's be on the point now. Let's come here and see table. Okay. Let's be on the point. Asset. We done the first table. That if I make a change in any field, it get updated into the asset. Now I will talk about the install status. When I say the install, I'm specifically talking about this particular status, guys. What it says, if I make any change here, will it be impact? Will it be change my asset status or not? Let me do it. I say in maintenance and click on the save. The first question should be come in your mind. Atul, how we should know that which field of install, which value of install is mapped with the value of the asset? Let me come here. Click on the all. And these are the things. It says, guys, if you update anything in the asset state as the in transit and asset state as a pending disposal, then your CI item status will be in stock and it work only in one directional. asset to CI, not CI to asset. Let's try this part. Let's go here. State is in transit. Substatus is what it's saying, substatus pending disposal. Save. Come to my CI. You can say it changed the in stock. How? By this lookup. Again, in the background, this business will run. See, asset to CI, CI to asset, and both. This is the logic run in the background, guys. Hardware CI status. We're in the status part, right? This is what this business will run in the background, which help you to make a change. Let me come here. Operational status has no effect on the asset. It is a standalone part. Now let's say another example. Asset to CI, let's say both. Okay. If I put in the CI, if I put installed, then it should change with the in use. Let me click on the save here. Let me open this part and see. Atul, it is still showing in transit. You're so clever, Atul, making us a fool. No, it is not the case like this. Let me give a more confusing part and the last part here. Okay, what is that? That is called the hardware status. Because the hardware status is showing in transit and disposable. And that is the reason asset is showing in transit and disposable. Now let me pick up the third table here. See, I did not get the white here, guys. These are the examples of to do that part. And practically, I love to teach this part because I practically done a lot of R&D in this area. And at last I get a conclusion as well. This is called the hardware status. This is a hardware status table. It says if you change the asset state and substate, then how the hardware CI status and substatus will be reflected. Now I'll give you one example. Okay, you are in a marriage. Okay, let's say you go with your in-laws. Your in-laws introduce you to other family members, relatives. Hey, she's our daughter-in-law, Akanksha. Okay. To the other family members, other relatives, they say, she's our daughter, Akanksha. You are still with your in-laws. Just listen to the example. You are still with your in-laws. Now Akanksha gets confused or the relative gets confused. One relative, they told she's my daughter-in-law. And the one relative, they told she's my daughter. Same identity, but two different status. This is what ServiceNow say. Use one type of state or the status at a given point of time. It will not work in the both ways. It means if you want to track your CI from the install status, use this field on the form level. If you want to track your CI from the hardware perspective, then use these two status. Because ultimately, if you guys notice, in the state mapping, I have these two fields. In the status mapping, I have these two fields. And that is the reason when I changed this part, it did not work for me in the asset. Because in the background, two business logics run, which go to this particular asset state, this particular fields, and try to identify that what is the best we have to pick up it up. Now the question comes. Atul, how the system is knowing that which I should put the precedence? Is the install status or the hardware status? Let me give you one article, guys. CI asset status mapping service now community. And I strongly recommend everybody. It's my personal recommendation, guys. The link which I'm going to be share, I want you guys to be read that completely. Okay. This one. Yes. Good. Number one, read this particular problem statement. Once you read this problem statement, then read this KB article. What does this KB article says? This KB article says that, guys, you cannot map both of the status in a one go. You cannot map the install status and the hardware status with the asset fields. You cannot do that part in a one go. It is you have to be select from the business perspective, which is more important for you. And as per the practice, we always worried about the install status, not the hardware status. And if you read this particular article, at the last, they mention that if you want to do the precedence, hardware status should work on the top of the install status, then you have to make a change in the API. Please don't make any change in my API, guys, in my code. But at the last, if you read what is the verdict this KB article gave, and it is a problem record open in the ServiceNow records as well. They know it is a problem for them. What this says, you can do the asset and the CI status. Fine. You can do the asset or asset to hardware. Fine. You can do the CI to asset. Fine. You can do the hardware to asset. Fine. But these two work very fine for you. And 3 or 4, only one you have to be pick up, not the both. When we were kid, we go to the market and we told to mom, I want one burger and one cold drink. Mom says, take one, your choice. This is what this says. Either you can do the CI to asset mapping status, or either you can do hardware to the asset mapping, but not the both. You cannot do that part. I strongly recommend everybody, guys, read these two articles. It will give you the insights what we discussed in the last half an hour to 1 hour. And how this work. Now I'm on this part. let me say configuration out of stock and sub status is received. Hardware status, right? Let's come here. Out of stock and sub status is received. Let me save here. Now what I'm expecting, out of stock or received, let's go. Out of stock or received, then the asset state should be empty. Open the asset record here. It is showing transit. Why? Let me say it will be showing transit, or let me refresh it again. It's showing transit because it is taking the precedence of the install status. Install status say it's installed. But actually, the install station should not be the installed because you don't have an item in your stock. How you're providing the services to the customer in that case? Your car is not with you. How you can drive the car? This is what the logic build here. And this is what in the screenshot they mention. State mainly work from asset to CI. And status work from, sorry, this is work like this way. Asset to CI and CI to asset. Basically hardware status I'm talking here. So total 3 level of mapping we do. Field level, install status level, and the hardware status level. Let me put it for you in the chat window. Yes, guys. Now tell me any doubt, any question, any clarification required, anybody here? It's confusing 200% agree. Atul pura nahi clear hua, that's fine. I don't want you to get 100% clear. Because more than me, now you have to be studying. Yes, guys, any doubt, any question? Please don't put any emoji. I want to hear your voice now. Ugo, Dipsy, MJ, Saba, and Priya.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing though, but we're still I'm gonna watch more videos and do more research based on the article you sent out.
Yes, I'm not. The reason is that you guys are not able to, mean specifically outside from India, you're not able to understand Hindi. Otherwise, I will find some videos in my previous batches, or maybe you can check in my previous batches as well. You will find something in English. Then it is good to go ahead. I strongly recommend guys watch my previous batches video on this particular topic, because every time when I deliver this session, something new is coming. Something missed out, something new is coming. Let me check for the batch 2 if I have something there which can help you. So, yes. Okay, maybe I'm putting one thing from the batch 2 perspective. Okay, go for the day number 35, 36, 37, 38 and 39. This is purely in Hindi, so people from India can easily understand. Okay, this is good point actually. Skype here. Okay, give me a minute. Let me put the link here, guys. Okay, it's loading for me, no problem. Okay, I will put that links in the chat window, guys, and you can go to that part. And other guys can check in the batch number 4, 3, 7, because these are included in English, so you can go that part. Okay, but it is strongly recommended, guys. You have to be understand, otherwise you forget everything today. Okay, let me not take it forward now, and let me stop the recording here. Before that, anybody has any question on the previous assignments? Akanksha, please put down the question today. Okay. Anybody has any other doubt, any question, any clarification required?
Atul, you talk
Yes.
about CI relationship and you show us some map. Is that a schema map?
No, it is not schema map. Schema is basically from the database perspective. It is just a relationship mapping. That how one CI related to the other CI. That like how Saba and Atul are the related. I am the trainer for Saba. But if I come to Saba home, I become guest for Saba. Right? So we're not making schema level changes. We're just making a mapping that how one CI related to the another CI.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so let me stop the recording guys here and take a quick attendance.